Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you this amazing tiramisu recipe that I've perfected over the last couple of days, and some of you have been asking for the recipe. I've actually researched everywhere for the best tiramisu recipes, and to my surprise, a lot of them contain cane sugar, heavy whipping cream, or gluten in the biscuits. So I wanted to find an alternative to create a healthier dessert and actually one that would taste even better. And here it is. After a couple of trials and errors, I got the consistency just right. It is dreamy, silky, smooth, airy, all the textures that you love about the tiramisu, plus the intensity of the coffee. And I've actually soaked the Lady Fingers a little bit longer than the original recipe. So if you love coffee as much as I do, this is it, guys. I hope you try it. And of course, I'd love to hear your comments, questions, and feedback below. And if you have any photos of your creations, definitely tag me as well. Let's get started. Before you start your recipe, decide on what shape you'd like to create for the tiramisu. I've actually tested a few shapes using silicone molds, and they've all worked out great. We're going to start off creating the coffee syrup by mixing all of the ingredients together and whisking them until well dissolved. Once it's done, we're going to set it aside to let it cool and continue on making the mascarpone whipping cream mixture. Now we're going to take out the coconut whipping cream from the refrigerator, which has been cooled and chilled for at least 24 hours, and we're gonna beat it gently with a hand blender until light and fluffy. Next, we're gonna beat the mascarpone cheese with a hand blender and making sure that it is soft and creamy in texture as well. Now combine the mascarpone cheese with the coconut whipping cream and gently folding them together to create a smooth, silky texture. Also ensure that your mixture is chilled and cooled as well. And if not, put it back in the refrigerator and continue blending. Otherwise, you will get clumps and it will look like cottage cheese. Once that's done, we're gonna set it aside and put it back in the refrigerator while we create the egg yolk mixture. Using a double boiler method, we're going to combine all the ingredients and whisking them diligently until the temperature rises to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. This ensures us that the eggs have actually pasteurized and we are free from any foodborne contaminants such as salmonella. Continue mixing for the next 10 minutes or so until you reach 185 degrees Fahrenheit, or you get a creamy, silky smooth egg mixture. Next, we're going to remove any clumps from the egg yolk mixture by sifting it through a sieve. Next, we're going to beat the egg yolk mixture with a hand blender until creamy, smooth, and you get a lighter color and texture. Now we're going to combine the egg yolk mixture with the mascarpone and coconut whipping cream by folding all of the ingredients together gently and ensuring that they are all well combined. Once combined, we're going to set it back in the refrigerator to cool and then blend it again with the hand blender to ensure that it remains light, fluffy, and creamy. Now we're ready to pipe the mascarpone cream cheese into the mold, and we're going to use a piping bag with a piping tip. You don't necessarily need to use a piping tip, but it is helpful if you have a lot of whipping cream that you want to pour into the mold. So now we're going to be piping the cream on the bottom of the mold, ensuring that it is fully covered and that there are no air pockets that will prevent the cream from taking the shape of the mold. And by ensuring that, we will be tapping into the mold lightly onto the table to remove any air pockets as well. So now that we have the first layer of our cream in the bottom of the mold, we're going to soak the Savoiardi biscuits or your gluten-free biscuits into the coffee syrup. And be mindful that if you leave them too long soaking in the syrup, they will crumble. So roughly 3 or 4 seconds, or even less, depending on the cookie that you're using, is more than enough. Continue creating layers of whipping cream until you reach the top of your mold. Once ready, tap again to remove any air bubbles, and then set in the freezer overnight. Now we're ready to unmold the tiramisu from the silicone mold by gently pushing out from the sides and letting it thaw for 1 to 2 hours before it's ready to serve. I like to apply a single layer of powdered coconut sugar before I apply the cocoa powder, just to ensure that the cocoa powder stays and looks fresh on the thawed dessert. I like to use Valrhona unsweetened cocoa powder, which is the best cocoa powder and the freshest to taste for this dessert. If you have any leftovers from the Lady Fingers and coffee syrup, you can create individual sized containers of this delicious tiramisu dessert. Once you've dusted with cocoa powder, you can set in the refrigerator and let it chill until it's ready to enjoy. Seriously, this is one of my favorite desserts to make. It's so fun, it's so easy, and it's really delicious. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and if you'd like to see more videos, simply subscribe to my channel as well. See you next time.